Welcome to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is the head basketball coach of William & Mary, Dane Fischer. And Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us today. What a busy time of the year it is for you and your staff, and obviously your team as well.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. It's great to see you, obviously, and join you today. It's a really busy time of year for us, which it typically is. Even more so now with the fact that we're cramming some games in that were canceled earlier in the season. So plenty in front of us, but it's been fun.
Well, now 3 consecutive home games, which we're going to get to in just a few moments. But in a big picture, I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but their comment was this team has made more progress from game 1 to this past couple of weeks than they may have ever seen a Tribe team make. What's your take on the progress your team is making?
Well, this team has certainly made a ton of progress, and thinking back to what our team looked like at the start of the season and the preseason to what it's looked like recently, and there's been a tremendous amount of strides made. Early on, we talked a lot about just getting these guys to play hard and understand what that means at this level, and that took a while for us to get there, and then it was about settling into trying to find the right rotation and combinations and establishing a defensive identity, which I think our guys are buying into. So. It's been a lot of ups and downs, certainly more downs than ups at the beginning of the season, and hopefully we can continue trending upward here as we head through the rest of conference play.
So, Coach, can you, if you don't mind, name your assistant coaches and their roles, because obviously they play a big part in helping you mold this team.
Absolutely. Our assistant coaches have been phenomenal, not only this season, but ever since we've been here as a staff. And Mike Howland is one of our assistants, and he's kind of my right-hand man for a lot of the in-game coaching and practice prep, and does a ton for us on the offensive end and teaching and practice on that side. Julian Boltner, who most people know as a former player here, does a phenomenal job for us on the defensive end of the floor in particular, and helping there. Does a great job, obviously, with the guys being able to talk about being a student athlete at William & Mary and all that entails. Nate Ballinger is our other assistant coach. He was our director of operations for the last couple of years, and Nate kind of does a little bit of both ends of the floor for us. He's focuses a lot on the rebounding and transition defense for us, and then does a ton with just helping guys with player development and that kind of stuff. And then the last guy I mentioned is Cameron Ayers, who is our director of operations. Does everything else he does basically, and does a terrific job there. And one thing that's been great for Cam is that this year the operations positions have been able to get on the floor and help in practice with the workouts and have a lot more basketball responsibilities. So it's been great for him to be exposed to that. But all 4 of those guys do a phenomenal job, and they're so good with our players, with the player development, watching film, and just helping them improve on a daily basis.
Thanks, Coach, for that rundown. Couple of players to mention. Ben White is coming on like gangbusters. He always has that high motor, but man, he's putting it to good use since the CAA has begun.
Yeah, Ben he's been really good for us all season, but certainly as of late in conferences, it's been even better. As you mentioned, he's always had that motor and plays incredibly hard. He's a really versatile defender for us, which helps. He can get out there and hedge ball screens and cause havoc that way, and obviously flies to the offensive glass. He's a great ball screen player offensively, but he's expanded his game where he's scoring with his back to the basket now. He's stepping out and making some threes. So his improvement and continued improvement throughout the season is one of the reasons we're playing better.
And can you tell us a little bit about the ferociousness, for lack of a better term, of Yuri Covington on the ball defense? I think one of the best in the league.
Yeah, and I like the term. I think that's a good way to describe him. He came into this season and really made a commitment to it at the start of the year, and he's such a great athlete and is really starting to understand the scheme well and understand players' tendencies, which is helping him. He's obviously a phenomenal guy at just locking up and guarding. We've seen him turn some games around, particularly the game against Northeastern at home, where his ball pressure really turned the tide. So just a terrific on-ball defender and a guy that we're going to need to continue to guard that way the rest of the way.
Yeah, did a great job on Cam Winter, by the way, the player of the year candidate in the victory at Drexel last week. So, Coach, you got 3 games coming up at home. You got Elon tomorrow, big game at 4:00, Capital Arena. Get out there and support the Tribe. You played Elon on Thursday. This was taped before that game, obviously. But my question to you is the difficulty or something you're really looking forward to having back-to-back games against the same opponent?
Well, yeah, we're playing Elon again because of an earlier game that was postponed. So this was where it made sense to fit into the schedule. I'd say it's really unique, except that we did it all last year. So I guess there's a little bit of familiarity with it, but it's always a little different because we just play the team. You come back and look at what you did well and what areas you want to improve in and what schematic adjustments you want to make or lineup changes. So it's a little bit different, but I don't know. I guess there's some part of it that's a little bit enjoyable.
And Coach, your final question. You got after Elon, you got Charleston and UNC Wilmington at home. So you really a great opportunity here in the cold weather months to come in out of the cold and support the Tribe at Kaplan Arena. But UNC Wilmington, I guess suffice to say, the surprise in the league.
Yeah, they're off to a great start, obviously, and have been playing really well. And they had a good non-conference season, and I think that certainly surprised some people with the way they started this league play. But as we've talked about, the margin in this league this year is pretty slim. I mean, I think that there's a lot of teams that are capable of making a run at the end of the year just based on how much they improve and playing well at the right time. And Wilmington's obviously the team that got off to a great start. And it'll be great to get a chance to play them at home and get to play them at home on national TV and the Gold Rush game. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, great. Thanks for bringing up that. But most importantly, direct your attention to 4:00 tomorrow afternoon as the Tribe takes on the Elon Phoenix in a big CAA game at Capital Arena at 4:00. Coach, thanks for taking some time with us, and good luck.
All right. Absolutely, Jay. Take care.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
Everything you know about Colonial Heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
What does tomorrow look like? That's really up to us. By exploring what's ahead and learning from where we've been, we find ways to care and teach ourselves and others how to heal so that we can make life better by design.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is a very special guest, very frankly, to talk about a very special person, as we'll get involved in this interview with Peel Hawthorne, the Senior Associate Athletic Director, Senior Women's Administrator at William & Mary. And first of all, Peel, thanks for taking some time with us today. Your remarkable career has been wearing many hats over the years, as a coach, as an administrator. What's so special about William & Mary for you?
I think it's definitely an alignment of values, just the value of higher education and academically rigorous curriculum. I love working with our student athletes and have always just really cherished the opportunity to compete as a former athlete here, as well as a coach, and certainly to be in a position to influence others. It's a wonderful place to be. It's a real privilege.
Speaking of being in a position to influence others, the late Millie West, who we're going to honor during the All-In weekend coming up on President's Day in the middle of February, certainly deserved the honor, the things that she did for the university and basically women's sports in general throughout the country are remarkable. So the first things first, right out of the box, who was Millie West to you, and how important was she?
Millie, first of all, was here when I was a student athlete. So she was the director of the women's athletics department, which back then was separate from the men's athletics department. And she had come to William & Mary in 1959 as a instructor in the phys ed program, and eventually started the swimming program, and she coached tennis. I think she coached and was an administrator at the same time, which today would be nearly impossible. But she had a tremendous influence on me as a professional and as a friend. She was just a terrific mentor, and she had a get it done kind of attitude. A lot of people have called her a force of nature. She's small in stature, but great in her influence over others.
Tell us about the event and how folks can get more information about the Honoring Millie West event. That's Sunday morning of the President's Day weekend.
Yeah, Sunday, February 20th at 11:30 a.m. We've just changed the venue. It's going to be in the Sadler Center, which is the main university center right in the middle of campus, in the Chesapeake rooms and in the Tidewater rooms. So the service will have several speakers, including President Rowe, former President Reevely, one of Millie's former tennis proteges, Libba Galloway, and also Gary Ripple. So we're going to have a little bit of a cappella. The gentlemen of the college are going to sing at the reception right afterwards, and Double Take is going to sing during the ceremony itself. I mean, we really want this to be about Millie and her special way of welcoming people into a space. I mean, everyone thinks they were Millie's best friend. That's how she made you feel. And so I think certainly there'll be some tears, but I think there'll also be some laughter and just people shaking their head at how much this woman has influenced William & Mary, and her legacy lives on, and folks that have never even worked with her or even knew her are aware of her impact. So I'm just really looking forward to finally, after 2 years past her death, to be able to celebrate her in a true William & Mary fashion. Millie definitely was the architect of modern era women's sports. Title IX was passed in 1972. I was a student athlete in the 70s and remember Millie, really fighting for the women's sports, for fundraising and equal access to all kinds of services and opportunities. But it's kind of ironic that we've had to wait for a couple of years since Millie's passing because of COVID to have this in-person event. And ironically, it matches up well with the 50th anniversary of Title IX. It's something that Millie, celebrated and really championed. And her early involvement with women's sports, we were early adopters of women's sports. And so to see that come around now to where we are, and then have Millie's celebration on this particular year. It's sort of an alignment of good reasons to celebrate.
Bill Hawthorne, Senior Associate Athletic Director at William & Mary, talking about the Millie West Tribute morning in Williamsburg on President's Day weekend. It's also the same day as the Lord Botetourt auction. So my question to you, if you're in town, if you're hearing this and say, boy, I'd love to attend that, how do folks get more information?
So they can go to tribeauction.com or go to our website and follow the links to the Lord Botetourt affair. We would appreciate it if people would register so that we can have a count and know how many to expect. I think it's going to be a great event. So I'm really looking forward to it.
As we all are. And thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you again as well. Good to see you on the big screen here. We don't be a stranger. Peel Hawthorne, Senior Associate Athletic Director at William & Mary. Thanks, Peel, and continued success.
Thank you, Jay.
If these times have taught us anything, it's that anything is possible, especially at our public schools. Overcoming great adversity, we salute our teachers and students who brought their A game every day. Whatever tomorrow brings, our commitment to public schools is stronger than ever. A win for education. The Virginia Lottery. $11 billion to Virginia's public schools since 1999.
Fun fact, you know Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo?
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
You know, we both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.
Doing spicy? Do the do.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
We are Growth for Virginia, a grassroots campaign bringing together students, parents, employers, and educators. We believe talent is what sets Virginia apart. We believe in providing all Virginians affordable pathways from learning to earning. We believe innovation and investment in our standout higher education system can make Virginia America's talent leader. Together, we're asking our leaders to make transformational investments in our future and a stronger Virginia.
The William & Mary Student Athlete of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery, recognizes tribe student athletes for their standout efforts in competition, the classroom, and the community. For the third time this year, and for the second consecutive week, women's basketball graduate student Riley Casey is the William & Mary Student Athlete of the Week, presented by the Virginia Lottery. Casey led the tribe last weekend on the road in conference play against Hofstra and Northeastern, averaging 17 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals per game. Riley had 20 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals in a win over Hofstra. The Brentwood, Tennessee native leads the tribe in scoring, averaging 13 points per tilt and among the league leaders in three-point shooting at 40% clip. Casey earned her bachelor's degree from Columbia in economics last spring and is currently enrolled in the MBA program in William & Mary's prestigious Raymond A. Mason School of Business.
Everything you know about colonial heritage is true. A beautiful golf course with exquisite dining and superb event space. But this is also true. You don't have to live there to play, dine, or celebrate there. So let Colonial Heritage be your host for a round, a meal, or a gathering. It's all true. You don't have to live there to enjoy being there. At Colonial Heritage, golf memberships are available. ColonialHeritageClub.com.
We're opening the door to better financial services, better experiences, better partnerships, better technology, better communities, and a better future.
At William & Mary, we strive to be more than we are and to do more than we've ever done. Here, we do not live in the shadows of the giants of American history that we helped to shape. We stand on their shoulders, reaching higher, looking further, and leading the way forward. To be a place where history happens every day, and to be a university for the bold.
Welcome back to Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. With us is Mike McRae, the new baseball coach at William & Mary. And first of all, Coach, welcome to Tribe Land.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today.
Coach, you've got a interesting past. Let's just say that. I mean, you've loved baseball growing up in Canada, I might add, but you also played some hockey growing up. So how did the hockey meld into baseball in your path?
Honestly, I was fortunate that I grew up in an era where we weren't forced to, pick paths, that, we were encouraged to be kids and go play and enjoy the games and whatever they are, and certainly in the seasons that they're in. And, I even played a little bit of high school basketball as well, because in those days you were allowed to play travel hockey. It was not affiliated with the high school, so therefore it was in the evenings. And Labor Day was the switch from, that's when all the baseball, championship tournaments ended. And then you went to hockey, March break, it flipped back again. I love both sports, wasn't ready to make a decision. Fortunately, didn't have to. And then I realized that at the collegiate level, that what a dumb decision it was to try and continue playing two sports. And that came to an end during my sophomore year at Colby. So,
Mike, tell us a little bit about your background. I know, what stands out to Tribe fans, I think, is that success at VCU, a local program.
Yeah, I spent the last 4 years at VCU. It was a great place, worked for an unbelievable man. We got to leave at probably the perfect time, and that's after capturing a championship and won the league title, won the tournament, number 2 seed at an NCAA regional. Ring ceremony was this past week, and I didn't get invited. I'm still a little bitter about that. But the opportunity to win a ring was one of the reasons I went there. And prior to that, I was a head coach for 13 years at Canisius College up in Buffalo, New York, because it's not, at the forefront of everybody's, awareness. But again, we had a lot of success, took over a team there, and this one is not a typo. They came off of 3 straight seasons of 4 wins. It was 4-40, 4-39, 4-40. And, I think 3rd season made the conference tournament, never missed a conference tournament after that. It's the longest running streak in the league in any sport. Multiple 40-win seasons, multiple conference league titles, plus couple more rings. Thank you to Canisius as for going on to NCAA regionals there as well. So,
Mike, if you could wrap up your coaching philosophy in winning baseball at William & Mary, what would it be?
Honestly, I'm going to return to kind of the staples of what I believe in, and that's just work hard and compete, and that can overcome a lot of things. We see it in all levels of sport. The best team does not always win. The most talented group doesn't always win, right? At the end of the day, there are so many bits and pieces that can contribute. And I just need our guys to work their butt off, to compete all the time, to be extremely prepared, and then things happen. And at the end of the day, like if we do those things in the long haul, we're going to be in a great place. And I've lived that. I've lived that throughout my career. We've been a long way from at a lot of places of having the best of everything, but we've found ways to overcome and achieve and build some great things.
But at Plumery Park, you do have some outstanding facilities, and that probably was one of the draws in accepting the position.
Absolutely. The place is gorgeous. For me personally, it's the first time in about 20 years that I've been able to call a place home that's our own and not have to share it in some capacity. And it's an awesome place to walk into every day. Despite having an amazing sports supervisor, it gets me away from the Kaplan Arena and gives me the opportunity to kind of, sit down and build roots, certainly with the players in the program. And, between the indoor facility, the surface itself, it's a gorgeous, quaint college setting to play baseball.
Let's talk about recruiting a little bit. Obviously, you mentioned the players. It's nice to have good talent. What will be some of your criteria in recruiting young men to play baseball at William & Mary?
Well, again, it's a lot of the same things I've shared. And when they ask me what we're looking for, I tell them, work your butt off and compete. And those things will go a long way. Like you may lack in a certain skill set, not that we want that, but those other two variables can help overcome that. I've seen it. And that's we're going to continue to push that, right? Here's probably the biggest thing. And I've shared this with my staff. Like everybody misses in recruiting, right? Whether it's, undersell a player or oversell, everybody misses. And any coach that tells you they don't is probably not being upfront about it. But if we're going to miss on the talent, what we can't miss on is the people. We need to have the right people. They need to be able to gel with our present program. They need to be able to, function with our staff. And they need to kind of share the same values in what our leadership believes in.
Now, season tickets are available now. I think they have some really nice packages for the non-CA schedule. You got a great CA schedule coming in. Your evaluation of, why someone should go online right now and buy season tickets to try baseball?
I just think it's going to be an exciting year. I think there's a group that's hungry after last season and certainly didn't meet the goals that they had. There's talent in place. And I think those guys, want to kind of, perform with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, as they should. And I think it's going to be an exciting brand of baseball for people to come watch.
Mike McRae, the new baseball coach at William & Mary, he'll be patrolling the grounds of beautiful Plumery Park here at William & Mary this spring. Thanks, Coach, for your time, and good luck.
Thank you very much, and go Tribe.